Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Mr. Covalt, and in this video I'm going to go over unit conversions, but this time I'm going over the English units. So let's get into this. So every now and then you're going to be asked to convert into the English units. That would be the units like inches and feet and miles and so on and so forth. And so you're going to need to know how to convert from, say, a metric unit into an English unit. The only way to do that is to know the conversion factors. And by and large, no one's really going to have you memorize what the relationship is between a mile and a kilometer or a pound and a gram or anything like that. Usually, you're going to be given those conversion factors, or at least those equalities that you can then use as conversion factors. And then from there, it's pretty much the same. In these type of conversions, there's a lot of different ways that you can convert from one unit to the other. So, for example, if you wanted to convert from grams to pounds, you could convert um, all the way to pounds. If you knew the relationship between grams and pounds, you could just use that relationship to convert directly into pounds. Or if you knew the relationship between, say, grams and ounces, you can convert grams to ounces. And then if you knew ounces to pounds, you could then use the relationship between ounces and pounds to convert to pound, right? So there's multiple different ways of converting from one unit to an English unit. Um, so it just depends on what you know or what you're given in the problem. So the rest of it is the same as before. It's just setting up your conversion factors to cancel out the units that you want to cancel so that you can get the unit on top that you want. So let's start this. Okay, so for number one, the mass of a hydrogen atom is said to be 1.67 times 10 to the negative 18 micrograms. They want you to convert this mass into pounds, and you're given the relationship of 453.6 grams is equal to 1 pound. So the first thing you want to do is start with what you're given. It looks like since we're given grams to pounds, we want to convert first our micrograms into grams. So we're going to need the relationship between micrograms and grams. So that relationship again is if I set them equal to each other. So I have grams. A certain number of grams is equal to a certain number of micrograms. I always put the 1 with the prefix unit. And so then the prefix multiplier for micro is 10 to the negative 6. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. So 10 to the negative 6 grams. So 1 microgram is 10 to the negative 6 grams. So now I can do my conversions. So I'm going to take the 1.67. I'm going to have 1.67 times 10 to the negative 18 micrograms. I'm going to put that over 1. And I'm going to do my first conversion. Since I want to get the pounds, so I'm going to need to get the grams first. So I'm going to have to first use this to convert to grams. So I'm going to have 1 microgram on the bottom. And the reason I have micrograms on the bottom is because I have micrograms on top and I want to cancel those out. And so that means 10 to the negative 6 grams will go on top. So 10 to the negative 6 grams. Micrograms cancels out. So now I have grams. So now I can go ahead and use the relation between grams and pounds and set up the conversion factor. So I do the same thing again. So I set up my conversion factor. I have grams on top, so I'm going to want grams on the bottom. So I'm going to take 453.6 and put that on the bottom. So 400, don't want to decimal point there, 453.6 grams on the bottom and 1 pound on top. So grams cancels out. Now I have pounds and I'm done. So at this point, all I do is multiply and divide and I get my answer. So let's go ahead and calculate that out. And that's going to be 3.68 times 10 to the negative 27 pounds. Let me double check that. 3.68 times 10 to the negative, yeah. So 3.68 times 10 to the negative 27 pounds. And that is the mass of an atom or a hydrogen atom in pounds. And so that's how it's done. Let's go ahead and do the second problem. So in the second problem, the volume of the Earth's oceans is estimated to be 1.5 times 10 to the 18 kiloliters. What is the volume in gallons? Okay, so again, they give us the conversion factor here. This is our equality, gallons to liters. We want to get the liters first. So we're going to have to convert kiloliters to liters. So we're going to need that conversion factor. So again, I set up the equality. So I have liters is equal to a certain number of kiloliters. So I always put a 1 with the prefix unit, and then the prefix multiplier for kilo goes on this side. Kilo is 1,000, so that's 10 to the third. So 1 kiloliter is 10 to the third liters. So now I have all my equalities. I can use the conversion factors to convert to gallons now. So let's start this. We're going to start by starting with the 1.5. So we have 1.5 times 10 to the 18 kiloliters over 1. And now we're going to multiply by our first conversion factor. I want to get the liters. I can't use this conversion factor until I get the liters, so I'm going to have to use this here. So 1 kiloliter goes on the bottom because I have kiloliters here. I want them to cancel out. So that means 10 to the third liters goes on top. So 10 to the third liters. So kiloliters cancels out. Now I have liters. And so now I can multiply by my next conversion factor. So I'm going to use this here. I know that 3.785 liters is equal to 1 gallon. So I have liters here on the top. I'm going to put that on the bottom. So liters goes on the bottom. So 3.785 liters. And then the 1 gallon goes on top. So 1 gallon. Liters cancels out. Now I have gallons because that's what they're looking for. I am done. So now all I need to do is calculate, multiply and divide on my calculator. So let's go ahead and do that. And when we do that, we get 4.0 times 10 to the 20 gallons. And so that's the number of gallons that's equal to this many kiloliters of water in the oceans. So I hope this is helpful. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned and this helped in any way, then please like my video, hit that like button over there, share my videos with your friends, family, relatives, whoever, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification button right above here somewhere. You'll find it. And when you do, make sure you click all so you can be notified by all the videos I put out. And finally, put a comment down below in the comment section. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what you think. Ask me questions. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for joining me and have a great day.